I never believed a smile could split your soul in half. Until the autumn, the clown came to Maple Glen. My name is Helen Carter. I'm 67 years old. I thought my nightmares had retired with me. I was wrong. It began with a red balloon on my porch, tied to the railing with twine. The balloon was faded, like it had been left out in the sun for years. But when I touched it, it was cold. Colder than anything should be in October. Pinned to the string was a card, hand-lettered in looping black ink. Smile wide, I'm already inside. I told myself it was kids, maybe the neighbor's brat. But deep down, some old instinctual dread curled in my stomach, because I'd seen that handwriting before. 30 years ago, in letters from a man who used to call me at midnight, whispering that he could see me through the curtains. A man who was never caught. A man I thought was dead. I didn't sleep that night. At 2:06 a.m., I heard tapping at my bedroom window. A soft, patient tapping, like a child asking to come in. When I finally forced myself to look, there he was. A clown. His costume was filthy yellow with dark streaks that looked almost black in the moonlight. His face was painted white, but the mouth was real, stitched into a grin so wide it nearly split his cheeks open. He raised one gloved finger and slowly traced a smile in the condensation on the glass. Then he mouthed 3 words I hadn't heard in decades. Smile for me. I must have blacked out. I woke up sprawled across my bedroom floor, clutching the phone. The police came, took my statement. They promised to patrol the neighborhood, but when they left, the balloon was back tied to the doorknob. This time, the card read, "You used to love clowns." He knew. He knew about the clown my father hired for my 8th birthday, the same one who locked me in a closet and told me I'd never be happy unless I smiled wide enough. I didn't go to work. I didn't answer calls. I watched from my living room, curtains pulled tight, every light blazing. On the 3rd night, my phone rang. When I picked up, there was no voice, only the sound of something winding, a soft metallic squeal. I tried to hang up. The line went dead on its own. That's when I smelled it. Grease paint and decay. The scent was coming from the hallway. I called 911, whispering that someone was in my house. I tried to stay hidden behind the couch, but the voice was everywhere, software reassuring. I'm going to make you beautiful again, Helen. You don't have to be afraid, just smile. A flicker of movement in the hallway. Then he stepped into the light. The clown's eyes were black holes, his lips cracked and oozing. He held a tiny silver crank in one gloved hand. Remember your birthday? He began to turn the crank. The melody was a lullaby my mother used to hum when she was drunk off key and slurred, and as it played, something pulled at my mouth. Invisible fingers hooking into my cheeks, forcing them wider, wider until my jaw throbbed with pain. I felt tears pouring down my face, mixing with the blood that seeped from the corners of my mouth. I tried to beg. My voice came out a choking sob. Please, don't. But he only cocked his head, his own grin stretching impossibly. Happiness is free, Helen. All you have to do is show me your best smile. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. Every muscle in my face felt like it was tearing. I thought I was dying. And then it stopped. The crank went still. The clown lowered his hand, and he whispered, so close to my ear I felt the cold of his breath. I'll come back when you forget how this feels. In the blink of an eye, he was gone. I collapsed, sobbing. The paramedics found me hours later, my mouth still torn and bleeding. They thought I'd done it to myself. The hospital staff whispered about senility, about loneliness and delusion. But last night, after they released me, I came home to find a new balloon, tied to my bedpost. The card read, "Let us try again." And I finally understood. The clown wasn't real, not in the way you think. He was a thing I'd carried my whole life. Every time my father told me to smile when I wanted to cry. Every time a man told me I'd be prettier if I looked happy. Every time I swallowed my pain behind a painted grin. That was his true face. He was every memory I'd buried, every wound I'd denied, every nightmare that waited in the dark for me to come home. So if you ever hear tapping at your window or find a red balloon on your porch, don't pull back the curtain, don't read the card, because you'll never forget the way it feels when your own smile splits you open